Srila Prabhupada tells a story about lazy man. Prabhupada was annoyed when devotees in Vrindavana repeatedly walked in and out of his room and left the door open behind them, letting in flies. "Why are you leaving the door open?" he yelled. "It is a contagious disease." And then he told a story. An employer advertised for an opening in his firm and received many applications. Based on these, he selected 2 men and asked them to come for an interview. The employer then observed each man carefully during the interview. When the first man entered the room, he left the door open behind him. The employer spoke with him for about 15 minutes and then asked him to wait outside. When the second applicant entered, he shut the door behind him. After speaking with him, the employer asked him to also wait outside, and then he called in his secretary. "That first man I spoke to," he said, "has all the qualifications, but I have decided to give the job to the second man." "Why is that?" "Because the first man left the door open. It appears he is a lazy fellow. The other man shut the door, so while he may not be so qualified, he will learn quickly." In Hrishikesh, in 1977, Srila Prabhupada was staying with about 8 of his disciples in a house on the bank of the Ganges. One day Prabhupada entered the kitchen and was astonished to see that the devotees had cut up a huge amount of vegetables in preparation for lunch. Prabhupada said they had cut enough vegetables to feed 50 people. Commenting that his disciples had no common sense, Prabhupada then sat in a chair and began directing them in all the details of the cooking. He watched the rice boiling and tested it for softness. Then he personally cooked the chapati. At this time, Prabhupada commented that only a lazy man cannot cook, and he told the story of the lazy man. There was a king who announced that all lazy men in his kingdom could come to the charity house and be fed. Hundreds of people came, and they all said, "I am a lazy man." The king then told his minister to set fire to the charity house. Everyone inside, except 2 men, immediately ran out of the burning building. Of the 2 remaining, one man said to the other, "My back became very hot from the fire." The other man advised, "Just turn over to the other side." Seeing these 2, the king said, "They are actually lazy men. Feed them." Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.